filling up your lighthouse. Filling up your lighthouse. So it's a concept that I've heard, which is, filling up your cup. And this idea that we can't give from an empty cup. And something that resonated more with me, with friends, colleagues, was this concept of our lighthouse, of when our lighthouse is bright, it's shining and it's bringing to us the opportunities, it's bringing to us the people that we need to be flowing with prosperity, with our mission. And just how, like, ships are in the foggy night and they see the lighthouse, they know where it's at. So the idea here is that when our lighthouse is not bright, then those ships can't see us, those opportunities can't see us, those people don't see us. And they either just don't come, into our field, or even more practically, maybe we do hop on a call with that person, or maybe we are at the event of that person, but our energy is just lower than it usually is. So the synergy doesn't snap together, snap, crackle, and pop. So this concept of filling up our lighthouse is like, okay, then the opportunities flow to us rather than us trying to, scratch and save and move and go hunt. We don't have to hunt. Things come to us rather than hunting. So the review was the 3 simple steps to filling up our lighthouse. I've been testing this with friends, family, and colleagues too, and we've refined it actually a little bit further. So 3 things, and what I found for myself is that when I do these 3 things in the morning, lighthouse, bright and shiny, opportunities flow. Opportunities flow. When I don't do these, when I haven't done these in the past, then things just start grinding and it's a downward spiral. So these are the 3 things before getting into the regular work items. And number 1 is explore. Explore. This is very precise wording. So exploring what you're interested in, exploring what you feel drawn to. And this has just been, past couple of weeks especially, this has just been creating wonders for people. It's really been interesting. And I started off with learn, because I thought, okay, you have space to learn and grow. What I found is that explore is actually different than learn. Learn can get us into our left brain of, I want to go here and I need to stack this knowledge, stack. And that can be good. But explore has been very different because it's the right brain and it allows us to go where we're curious and not need to get anything from it. Because with exploring, it's like, okay, I don't need to get an objective with this. I'm just exploring. That is the result. And the funny thing is that as I've been finding people that have been doing exploring, the ideas, the insights, the breakthroughs that have happened from following their curiosity has been incredible. So it's just like, what I've found is that I've been holding myself back. We've been holding ourselves back. The people I've been sharing this with, it's like we haven't given ourselves permission to explore, aka follow our curiosities, follow our intuitive nudges, follow our passion, things that are pulling us. And that's been disrupting the flow, that does disrupt the flow. So 1 is explore. 2 is create. So once I've had some time to explore, whether that's videos, whether that's a book, whether that's a new concept, idea, or artwork, whatever it is, just there's no bound to it, it's just exploring. Then that starts filling up the lighthouse and it's like, oh, I feel like creating something. And listening to what is that inner nudge to create drawing in a journal or notes or systems person like me, a spreadsheet sometimes, diagram. These are things that you have these nudges of like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to have this? Or these people need this type of thing. Or wouldn't it just be fun to create this type of thing? So you'll feel these inner nudges, or literally just think of who's talked to you in the past week. And if anybody said like, hey, you should create this, or oh, somebody should create this. I literally had that, someone's like, oh, those things should be in a book. So whatever it is, spending some time to create. And then the 3rd one starts filling up the lighthouse, then boom, share. Then our light is shining. So then we're sharing from a full cup, from a full lighthouse, and then sharing the latest insights, resources, tools with others. And somebody will probably ping in your mind, or you'll have an idea of somebody. And then it gets the things moving. And that's what I found is like these 3 simple things have been getting people into flow consistently. And one of the things that I've always heard in, say, like the woo side of things is like having trust. Well, have trust that the higher power has your back in the universe and all this stuff. And like, I can appreciate where that's coming from. However, it just never fully worked for me. It was like up and down, And so what I've realized for me is like, where can I put my trust into? And for me and the people I've found with or been sharing this with, it's like, oh, okay, I can trust, that if I do these things, things will flow. And my left brain mind was like, those aren't the productive things. We need to get this done and this done and this done and this done and all the to-do action lists. And then maybe we'll get to this stuff. And actually, let's just leave it to the weekend. Let's leave the exploring to the weekend. And then it's like, well, there's other things to do and there's stuff around the house and there's this and that and there's family and different things. So maybe we'll just explore during that special day you have during the month or whatever it is, And then, but it just gets push. And that's what I find is like, that's the source of the flow trying to come through us. But if we leave it to the left brain where all the to-do items are first, then that flow never happens. So this is reversing the script and saying, hey, I actually have trust that if I do these things, things will flow in my life. And then I'll get the regular things done. Absolutely. And I would say, I wouldn't just blindly trust this based on what I'm saying or anybody's saying. I'd say, test it out. So I'm always telling people, test it out test it out for a week. It really only takes a couple of days. And start seeing how new insights, new conversations are flowing. And it starts building a momentum, a wave and a wave. So that was the review from last week. Is there anything you'd like to share briefly on that resonates with you?
I agree 100%. That does resonate. I like that. This is the first time I heard this, and I agree. There's so many times when I'm thinking, oh, I should share it, but I don't.
Mm.
Or I've been in different phases of the 1, 2, 3, but not necessarily done 1, 2, 3. Taking that.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally.
So when it comes down to intention, so when my intention is, okay, what can I explore today? What do I need to get, or what do I need to get done? Or what does my nudge, my inner self is telling me to do?
Yes.
And then think about, oh, is there something more here? Could I serve somebody? Who could I share this with?
Yes. Yes. Exactly. Yeah, and I found for me 2 hours seems to be the sweet spot in the morning before I get into the regular items. That seems to be the amount of time for me that works the best. So I'd say test it out for yourself.